Hey everybody! Welcome back to Mad Lady Magazine. I'm your resident Mad Lady, whose sole mission is to try out all those tips and tricks and advice columns found in magazines so you don't have to waste your time doing them. You may have noticed I've got a nice glass of red wine, but wait, I'm on the keto diet. What are you doing drinking wine? Apparently, you can drink wine and other alcoholic beverages with the keto diet. In this episode, we are going to explore that and a whole bunch of other fun stuff.
3, 2, 1, 0.
So there's one thing that I really like about this magazine, and that is that it separates a bunch of your different concerns that you might have about the diet into different sections. In this case, it has separated into literally the fun stuff that you can have on this diet. For me, fun stuff includes my morning coffee, some sweets because I have a wicked sweet tooth, and alcohol. There are some rules and guidelines though that you have to follow. For wine, you can only have 5 ounces. For a light beer, that's 12. And you have to be careful with hard liquor like vodka, tequila, which, quotes in this magazine, aren't high in carbohydrates, but the mixers that you might mix in could be. So, let's go ahead and delve deep into what this magazine says. Item 1, coffee. If you're like me, don't even try to have a conversation with me unless I got a cup of joe in my hand, or face the consequences. I like my coffee with a butt ton of creamer, flavored creamer. Oh, that's so good. I'm missing the creamer in case you can't tell. In the keto diet though, it serves more than just a quick pick-me-up. Some people use it as a meal replacement, and here's why. You put butter, heavy cream, MCT oil, and then your brewed coffee, blend it all up in a blender so it gets nice and frothy, and then you drink it. The thought of drinking butter in my coffee is incredibly off-putting. But I'm going to do it for y'all so you can see for yourself if that makes you want to keto. Here it is. Why don't I hate that? What the heck? Well, this is really good. I can 100% drink this. It's frothy and it's creamy, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I don't miss my creamer. What is happening? I don't know who I am anymore. Next we have chocolate. I love chocolate. Anything chocolate, I am a happy girl. I raid my kids' candy bucket after Halloween, and it is heaven. But again, rules. I can't just have a Snickers bar. I have to have at least 75% chocolate, and they really want you to go 100%. That sounds like eating a bar of bitter to me. They can say that 75% is the lowest you can go. I got 85%, and I have 92%. Quite a difference in the range of cocoa in here. So we're gonna go ahead and see how these guys taste. So here is the 85% chocolate. Now, oh, it's still bitter. It's not terrible. And then we have the 92%. Now, just in case you're wondering, this one's Lindt, the 85%, and the other one is Ghirardelli. So, oh God. No. Excuse me. Ugh. Yeah, no. If those are my options for chocolate, I'm either not going to have chocolate at all, or I'm gonna not want to do keto. Clearly, I need to find something else to satisfy my sweet tooth, cause the chocolate ain't gonna cut it. Which leads me into the fat bomb. Now, what exactly is a fat bomb? It is a treat that you can indulge in that actually helps in your favor to reach your fat quota for the day. It's made with nut butters and seeds and approved sweeteners, maybe some chocolate like the one we just had. Thankfully, this magazine did include a recipe for one fat bomb, and it's called the white chocolate macadamia nut fat bomb. Technically it's truffle, whatever, semantics. And it didn't show a picture, so I don't know what it looks like, but here it is.
Okay, y'all. Very first thing you need to do is gather your ingredients. First thing you need is 1 cup of raw macadamia nuts, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 to 2 tablespoons of sweet stevia or a different kind of sweetener that is approved for keto, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 to 2 tablespoons of coconut flour, and coconut oil. You need about 2 tablespoons. Now, I had a little trouble with this because my poor tablespoon had a bit of trouble in there.
No. Ugh.
It broke, and I had to go fishing for it. But don't be too sad, I was able to put it back together and use it just for liquids. But I did have to say goodbye for now. The next step is to gather your ingredients for the coating. You need about 1 ounce of cocoa butter. And this is the same cocoa butter that you actually use to make things like soap. I had no idea. It's edible, apparently, except you don't want to eat this raw because it is gross. Trust me, I tried it. You also need about 1 ounce of coconut butter. Now, here's a little thing, that white stuff that I'm taking out is not the part that you need. That is the separation of the fats from the actual butter, and you want to make sure that you get the stuff underneath it, otherwise you're going to have to do it yourself, separating it. Now, you're also going to need a bit more of the sweetener. I did about a tablespoon, but you can do about a half if you want. Next, it's time to add those ingredients into your food processor except for the coconut flour. You're going to add that later on until you get the kind of consistency that you want, and it should be about a moldable paste. And you'll see what that looks like at the end of this processing. And yes, I had a bit of difficulty with the stupid cap of my food processor. This has been a difficult road overall. Now it's time to form your Fat Bomb balls. To make it easier to take off of the plate, I would suggest lining it with some parchment paper, just so it has an easier time coming up. Then you want to take a cookie scoop. If you don't have a cookie scoop, you can use 2 spoons. And then you're going to form about, it doesn't actually tell you, a small ball. Be careful, it's slippery. You want to make about 6 of these because the recipe says that it can serve 4. So I figured that's about 6. And into the fridge they go to set. Mine took about 20 to 30 minutes to finish setting up. While they're setting up, it's time to start on the coating. So you have your cocoa butter, coconut butter, and your sugar. And then you're just going to go ahead and melt that down. Ta-da! And then once that's melted and the balls are set, you go ahead and take your quote-unquote truffle mold. I have no idea what a truffle mold is, so I used these little silicone molds that I had. And you fill the bottom up with your melted mixture. And then you go ahead and you're going to place the balls inside of the cavity. And then you're going to cover them up again. I'm assuming the truffle mold, you actually can completely cover it, but we'll see how these guys turn out. Once they are completely covered and you've used up all your mixture, you're going to put them into the fridge to harden. And now I get to see how these bad boys taste.
These are the ugliest things I have ever seen or made in my life. Look at them, they're so dumb. Look. They look like little meatballs. Oh goodness. I really hope that these taste better than they look. Oh gosh. They do! Good God. Yeah, those are pretty good. This is a really long chew though. They don't tell you trying to eat food on camera to take tiny bites. Just a second. Sorry about that. I had to make sure I didn't have any macadamia nuts stuck in my teeth. Anyway, Perhaps if I actually had truffle mold, they would have turned out prettier. Honestly, you have to work with what you got. But that being said, they tasted pretty good. So now the question, to keto or not to keto? Yeah, keto. I mean, honestly, 5 ounces of wine is plenty for me. And the macadamia nut treat was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't amazing, but it was pretty good. Chocolate? Heck no. I would run away screaming if that was my only thing that I can indulge in. The coffee was surprisingly tasty. I probably couldn't drink that every day, but every few days if I'm feeling like really sluggish, I could totally see myself drinking that. There you have it. According to the information I have received and gleaned for you all from this magazine, I would indeed keto. I hope you found this helpful. See you guys next time. Bye!